Big Blue Thumb Productions presents the Podlie Podcast. Here's your hosts, Podlie Bill, Podlie Cliff, and Podlie Paul. And here we are. Welcome to episode 178 of the Podlie Podcast. We are here. Now we're waiting for you to all join us.
178.
Yeah, 178 live Podlie Podcast. That's 178 hours of your life you've given to us.
Yeah. I just thought that would really fit.
I thought so as well. And
178 hours.
178.
That's crazy.
As we wait patiently now, we wait patiently for somebody to comment and somebody to say hi. And
hello.
See, I love this. Cliffy, this is great. I brought my sunglasses. Bill, you bought a hat, and Cliffy bought his specimen. That's what he bought.
Okay, but we're not saying what specimen. It's a rather lovely specimen, you know.
I'm sure anybody who's listening is probably going to want clarification.
Exactly.
Yes.
The one thing I will say, specifically because Paulie always says I always shave and everything else, even though I tell him I don't like to shave, I'm always shaved.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always shaved, but it turns out, look.
There's a little bit there.
Yeah, this is rather scruffy, and yes.
Yes.
And truth be told, it was actually an accident.
It was an accident that you didn't shave?
Correct.
You didn't shave?
Correct. Because I went to the gym and I took all my stuff.
Yeah.
And I get on the treadmill and I do my stuff and everything else.
Yeah.
And then I ran out of the gym, like straight into the shower.
Yeah.
And didn't take my stuff. It was
Yeah.
all still in the locker.
Yeah.
So I'm like, son of a bitch, I could either get out now and go all the way to the
Yeah.
locker.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Screw it, not shaving.
I don't shave more. I'm more scruffy I'm usually more scruffy than I am clean shaven.
Yeah.
It drives me nuts.
Yeah,
I hate it.
I'm generally clean shaven, so
No,
for the
me.
most part. Well, my job kind of calls for it as well, right? So
Yeah.
So anyway, what we thought we'd do, we talked about this a few times, and what we thought we'd do is we build a drink, one of my favorite drinks.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm, I don't know if some of you might know, some of you might not. I do intermittent fasting and all that type of crap. So often I cannot have sweet drinks and all that sort of stuff, which doesn't bother me any because I don't really like them anyway. But this drink, it doesn't break my fast because there's no carbohydrates and no sugar. Slight little bit of carbohydrates in the vodka, but not enough to actually, release insulin in the body, which of course then that's what breaks your fast. So I have 3 glasses here. Listen to the sound. Oh, that's rather lovely then.
Wow.
And
Sorry, Cliff, to interrupt. Can I set this up? So Bill and I are busy earlier today with our radio show. And Cliff messages Bill. He says, do you have any mason jars? And Cliff and I are looking at Bill and I are looking at us. In the middle of the radio show, we're like, what the hell is about to happen in the Podlie Podcast?
well, the reason why I asked for mason jars is because they're the right size.
Yeah.
Because once you put, which I'm about to put, lemon lime, and then a tablespoon of, by the way, what this specimen is actually apple cider vinegar. That's what that is.
Glad that's what that is.
Thank you for clearing that up, Cliff.
It's apple cider vinegar, which is very important, is with the mother. And what the mother is the fermentation that takes place in vinegar. So it's very important that you have that because that's where the nutrition lies. Mother-free apple cider vinegar
So where
has...
can you get it? Where can you get it?
Anyway.
Any grocery store.
Yeah.
Okay.
Walmart, Bragg's apple cider vinegar.
Cool.
Superstore, doesn't matter. You can get it anywhere. If you want the real good, the best stuff, it's called Fairchild's. You can't get it in Canada.
Oh, okay.
Just telling you.
I have apple cider vinegar at
And
home.
by the way, hi, Laura.
Yeah, but make sure it's got the mother in it. Apple cider vinegar without the mother.
So, question: is that on the ingredients? I have apple cider vinegar at home.
Little say apple cider vinegar.
Yep.
Mother included.
Good. Perfect.
With the
Thank
mother.
you. Okay.
Okay,
Because I have it. I'll have to go
So
check.
that's what you need to check.
Okay.
I know I bought a bottle, never checked, took it home, threw it out.
Yeah.
Because there's no mother. Because there's no mother, then it's like there's no fermentation that remains. So that's what that is. And because I do this fasting thing, apple cider vinegar is very good for you.
Right.
And it's got all kinds of benefit. I don't want to get into it. You guys can look it up. Googly woogly. So this drink is soda, and again, this is non-sweet soda. It's just soda, lime soda.
Nice.
Apple cider vinegar. If you don't know what anybody have gin and tonic? Okay, the tonic that they talk about in the gin and tonic is actually very similar to this. Now, Schweppes makes tonic and all that type of stuff. But my preferred favorite is this one called Fever Tree. If you have not heard of it, this is not an advertisement. They're not promoting this podcast.
Fever Tree.
Fever Tree. It's just one of my favorites. You can have a look at the label. It's called Fever Tree Tonic.
And you can get it
Anywhere.
Superstore.
Good.
Love it.
Not Superstore. I think Costco.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, like I said, they're not sponsoring this podcast or nothing, but it's a thing of beauty. And by the way, for those of you who are, I don't know, maybe into boosting immune system, all type of stuff, it's got quinine in it, which is very, very good for upper respiratory immune system,
ailments and
stuff like that.
Oh,
So it's very good.
Nice.
Okay, so
This is actually a pretty healthy drink.
Is there
It's a very healthy drink.
respiratory? Anyway, sorry, I digress.
there is actually, but there is. It's very healthy, and on top of that, the pièce de résistance. Check it out. This is the beautiful salt that I use, and it's lovely. It's got 60 minerals and stuff in there, and it's a thing of beauty. It tastes unfreaking believable, and I always add it to my drinks again not to beat a dead
Any
horse.
drink.
A lot of drinks. Not to beat a dead horse. When you're fasting, which I am, you need to keep your electrolytes up.
Right.
You need to keep your
100%.
mineral contact up. And on top of
100%.
all of that, if you're fasting and you're drinking a lot of water, because if you're working out and you're drinking a lot of water, you deplete your sodium levels.
Of course.
Yes.
And you're not having food to increase those sodium levels, so then you need
Right.
to add sodium. So even when I break my fast, I have avocado. Oh boy, let me tell you, I love avocado.
Yeah.
A little bit of lemon on top, and some of this salt.
And it's-
Same thing with watermelon. If I can have a small watermelon, this salt on top. Oh my
Maybe I'll
god!
have to
I'm
try
an
that
avocado
because
venture.
I'm not a huge fan of avocado. For whatever reason, I just can't get into the taste. But maybe by adding lemon and
Lemon and salt
Lemon.
is brilliant.
and then
yeah,
it
It's
will
brilliant.
add to it.
And this salt, again, not sponsored.
Yeah.
It's called Redmond's Real Salt. Available. Paulie's going to ask. Good question.
Thank you.
At Superstore in the green aisle. Okay, in the natural
Okay,
green
yep,
aisle.
natural aisle, yep,
It's
sure.
called Redmond's Real Salt. Mind where? Right here in our neck of the woods, not Canada, but Utah.
Yeah.
As opposed to Himalayan salt, which comes from where? Surprise, surprise, the Himalaya.
I know this one. Is it expensive?
No,
You can get some salt. You can
Hey.
get some salt. You can get them $50 an ounce.
Listen.
Like salt can be expensive. Is that expensive?
$12, 26 ounces.
Love it.
Wow.
Love it. Love it.
And it's fantastic. Don't let the price fool you. You can pay a good price. Hey, go buy some salt. But this stuff is fantastic. And mind in Utah. Now, why I like that? In Utah, the difference in processing regulations are vastly different than Pakistan and or Tibet or the
I would
Himalayas,
100%
where they are.
agree with you.
And all the travel distance and everything. So I would prefer
Yep.
the American restrictions and how they process,
Right.
yada, yada, yada. And that's why I prefer it.
Does it taste different?
It tastes
Amazing.
beautiful.
Well,
Okay,
we're
can
gonna
you
find
toss?
out.
Are you? Can you toss a little bit on here?
Of course.
Just a little. Okay.
Of course, and the thing
Just a
is,
little bit. Just a little.
and the thing is,
Yeah.
Polly, this has less sodium than table salt. Table salt is terrible. This has less sodium.
Very.
So guess what? Hey, you know why I tell you why it's so important that it's less sodium? Because you can use more.
That is actually really good.
It's delicious.
So,
Yeah.
much smaller granules. Much smaller granules.
Well, you can get all
So-
kinds of sizes.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
Right.
But there's
No.
much
I mean, this exact product
And
comes
that-
in different sizes.
Okay. That's actually quite tasty, though.
very good. Like
It's fantastic.
It's not as I guess it's not as tart as table salt.
correct.
It's
Yeah.
it's very.
Do you know why, Polly? Table salt has more sodium in it, and it has caking agents. They have to put caking agents so it does. So
Well, I
it
know
doesn't
about
cake.
more sodium. Yeah,
Right.
But
that's delightful salt.
and it has
actually.
more sodium. This has less sodium, higher mineral content.
Well,
Has iodine, which is very good for the body.
yeah.
Yeah,
So if anybody is looking to lower the sodium content but not give up salt for the taste, this stuff is fantastic.
Just say again what it's called.
It's called Redmond's Real Salt.
Redmond's Real Salt. Okay.
I can even post a picture on the Podlie Podcast website. They should be sponsoring me for
You
this.
should. You should be getting
Should.
sponsorship.
We should be getting some graft. But anyway, we're not. I'm just doing
Redmond's,
this.
you done good.
I'm just doing this for the benefit of our Podlie Podcast listeners and my friends over here with me.
Who are
because-
very thirsty, by the way.
Yeah.
Because everything that's good has to be shared. If it's not good, don't share it. If it's good, please share it.
That's
So
right.
you guys talk amongst yourselves. I will make us a
I'm
drink.
just going to mention Laura, 3,500 points,
Hi, Laura.
and Marvin, 2,500 points.
Marvin,
Good to see you
baby.
tonight, Marvin, as well. So you guys, haven't been a lot of comments yet, so you guys are holding the points tonight.
Boo, boo, boo. Okay. As you're doing this, why don't you just share with us what you're doing?
Okay.
Like just tell us what you're doing.
Okay, so I actually got pre-cut lemon and lime,
Yep.
and these are and okay, these guys, because I know them and all that type of stuff. I actually bought organic lemon and limes, which I never do. But nonetheless, these are organic; they're not plastic. So one slice of lemon. Okay, and these glasses, you guys, are small.
Yeah.
So the first little bit is going to be the mixture is going to be wrong because I
Right.
can't fit everything I need to fit in this glass.
We will bring fish bowls next time.
So next time, what you guys
bring
do
bigger.
is you have a swig and you get a good idea of what it's like, and then we'll add soda to it and water it down a little bit. Okay?
Sounds good. Yeah, normally, as I said to Cliff when he sent that note about bringing mason jars, well, I don't have mason jars. Neither do I have like beer mugs because I drink my beer out of a can or
Right.
bottle or whatever.
Right.
So I don't have really big drink glasses, or I
Right.
have the standard glasses. I'm drinking like
Yeah, well,
whiskey neat or
Yeah.
something.
So what you're really saying is
shot
that you're not as much
glasses,
of an
or
alcoholic as
rock-
I
No, that's what I'm trying to say. Or as Leslie Ann, who quenches her thirst.
quenches this with
Yeah.
whiskey. Okay, so lemon and of course lime. I know people ever say twist of lime or a twist of lemon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I'm really
Why
an
not
extremist. I'm an extremist when it comes to this stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I like both lemon and lime,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, lemon and lime are tremendous for the body. They're like you cannot get better than that.
I don't
okay?
have a problem with mixing lemon and lime together.
Okay, so now since I don't have, no, it's okay. I've used all my fingers, which I washed beforehand and sanitized and everything
Should have
else.
brought you up a towel.
No, that's fine.
But
I got jeans. I got
There you
jeans.
go.
Not a problem. I got jeans.
Jeans are good for that. I think.
Exactly. And now we got a little bit of apple cider vinegar. We'll give it a little bit of
I hope
shake.
that's apple cider.
We hope.
If you sniff,
Can you confirm or deny that, Bill? For me, please. Thank you.
if you take a breath too deep, you will cough.
Now, is that by virtue of the apple cider vinegar
cider
or what
vinegar.
it could be?
No.
Scared now.
Apple cider vinegar. It smells wonderful. And look, I brought a little half tablespoon.
Look at this guy. He's prepared.
Now normally I put a whole tablespoon in, but the glasses are slightly bigger, right? So I don't know. I'm actually suspecting, half of me is suspecting that Polly might not like this. I don't know.
I have apple cider vinegar. By the way,
No, you might not like the whole drink. I mean,
Oh, the whole drink. Oh, the whole drink. Apple cider vinegar is, to Cliff's point, very good for you. However, and what I read, Cliff, you can confirm or deny. I read this years ago. It was about 15 years ago I read. Apple cider vinegar, very good for you. You have a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar
that's
a
correct.
day.
That's correct.
However, you don't have it by itself. You do not have it just on the tablespoon down because it's very acidic.
I guess I
it
do.
does a number on your teeth. So mix it up with water. Mix it up with
always
water.
mix it up with something.
Yeah,
I mix it up with soda. It's
You do
really
soda.
nice.
Hey, I do water. Yeah.
And I tell you what, I'll tell you a really neat fact about apple cider vinegar. If you crave it, you need it.
Right.
If you have a taste of it and you think, this does not taste good today. Suppose you always like apple cider vinegar, but then you have a taste one day,
Right.
and it's not really tasting like it's really refreshing to you.
Right.
You don't need it.
Right.
Interesting.
It's a fascinating thing.
Interesting.
It's really a
Interesting.
fascinating thing.
Interesting. I love vinegar anyways.
Oh, you might like this then.
I love
Paul.
apple cider vinegar. I love vinegar anyways. And I'm one of the guys that actually, as a kid, I would take vinegar. My mom would put it on a teasppoon, and then I would just like
Oh.
I love it. I love it.
Then
I
you
love
might
it.
like this. And
I love it.
so now what I got is, I have this fever tree tonic, which I said. Now I'm not gonna have any because this actually has carbohydrates in it, and it'll break my fast. So I'm not interested in breaking my fast right now because I'm on a, I'm on a 36-hour right now. So I'm gonna make this I'm gonna give Paul and Bill the bigger glasses. I'm gonna have the smaller glass.
He's so nice like that.
And basically what I'm doing is I'm going to pour, not all of it, because we'll add, okay? So then I'll leave this for later.
Okay, so
no,
that
no,
much.
no, that's
See,
mine.
that much.
Yeah.
So he's got little less than half of the glass.
Yeah.
Little
And then
less
I'm
than
going to
half
add
of the
this in. Now I'm going to move it here, Bill, because I have to.
No worries.
I have to be flamboyant
I
because.
just want to say a quick hi to Lori. It's good that the wind blew you in. I know it's,
Lori
it is
Everett,
windy out there. For
Nice
sure.
to meet you. Nice to be here. Now, I have to be a little flamboyant with this because I don't have a mixture. I don't have anything to mix this with. So what I'll do is I'll make sure it gets mixed by the way I pour it, okay? So look at that.
Wow.
Isn't that lovely? It looks good. It smells good. It tastes
That's
good.
pretty.
It's fantastic. Let me tell you. So I'm going to let that settle and then we'll pour some more. But the only reason I do this is, first of all, it looks good.
Yep.
Secondly, because I don't have a stir stick, it'll mix it up a little
Mix
bit
it up,
better, right?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll wait now. We'll pour this. And you guys, look at this. I don't know if you can see how refreshing this is.
That looks good.
We're not done. We're not done. I'm gonna do mine, but I'll add a little bit here.
While you're doing that, Marvin's watching us on YouTube and Facebook. He's double dipping.
Marvin, dude, that's awesome, my friend. Okay, so I'm gonna do mine now. I got no fever tree because I don't want that. Oh, you know what I forgot?
What?
Damn it. I forgot the salt. So we're gonna have to just dab the salt in, and we're gonna have to have it unstirred in there because I don't have a stir stick.
Yeah.
Okay?
No, okay.
So nonetheless, we'll do a little bit like this. We'll do a little bit
Three
like
shakes
this.
ish.
Yeah, and then we'll do a
Three-ish.
little bit like this.
It's like Alka-Seltzer.
It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
that's what I was thinking too.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Gentlemen,
Thanks, dude.
okay, but just look at this. Just have a look at how refreshing
Oh,
that
I
is.
love it. I love the smell. Just smell it with the salt.
Fresh,
Bill.
right?
Smell it with the
That
salt.
smells really good.
Fresh and beautiful. And you know what else I forgot? There's no vodka in
I
here.
was just gonna say this is a virgin.
Okay, so we'll have to do that. We'll have to add to this.
Okay.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
Love it. Thanks, Cliffy. Clears. Cheers.
Oh my God,
Well, that is good. It is really refreshing, right?
that's
Hot summer day.
That's a beautiful drink.
Yeah, hot summer day.
Oh man, I love it. See the salt and the vinegar? You can taste it.
I'll tell you something. The salt is what makes that bad boy.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
The salt is what makes
you get that
so-
into that salt flavor, and that really brings it right
It's
up.
so good.
it's tonic water. Like it's legitimately what I'm tasting is tonic water. I am
bit of the-
tasting lemon. I am tasting
Little bit of the apple.
the tonic. Well, I'm not tasting a lot of the. Are you tasting
I'm
the
tasting
apple?
a little bit of
Good
it.
job.
I'm not tasting a lot of the apple. What I'm loving is the salt. Boy,
so
does
good.
that make it.
It's so good. It's so good, Paulie. And like I said, that little dab of salt that you're getting, the amount of nutrition in that is a thing of beauty.
Wow.
And
that
what?
is good.
1 penny.
Yeah.
$12 for 26 ounces. So it adds.
You know what I'm not tasting is the vodka though. I'm just saying.
Okay, Bill, can you drink up a little bit?
Can I which?
Can you drink up a little bit? And we're gonna add a little bit of vodka.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Sorry, I was reading Lori's. Lori says, "Hey, Cliff, you forgot the side of chocolate orange."
Of chocolate orange. Yeah. Listen, I'd have brought aside a couple of things, but I'm making
Yummy.
it fast
You know,
here.
that's one thing that I have to say I do not like.
Chocolate orange?
Chocolate orange.
Okay, but wait a minute. Are you just talking that you tried that little ball?
I've tried different types of
George's?
chocolate orange, and it's just
It doesn't
something
do
about
you.
the
Yeah,
the
it's
flavor
something-
or something
right?
Do you
just-
put it like you've had a chocolate fondue? You don't like the orange? You have chocolate fondue.
I've never had
I-
fondue.
You never had fondue?
Not in my whole life.
Oh, so good.
Okay, so
good.
I have
I
had
love
fondue,
the oranges and
but
the apples and chocolate fondue.
I don't know. There's just something about the flavor of chocolate and
that
orange
right, eh?
together. It just don't mix with me.
So I'm going to use my vinegared half tablespoon and pour 2 of those of vodka,
Yeah.
perhaps a little bit more. Paulie,
Yes, sir.
can you give me a glass, buddy?
Yes, sir.
You don't like. Lori says, "I know you hate that." So you don't like chocolate and orange either.
No, I like chocolate orange. I mean, Lori, it depends though. I don't like those chocolate orange balls.
Pardon me.
Hold on, no, wait, don't drink now. Don't drink now.
sorry.
We have to add
Well,
the.
that's right. You got to add back. Wow. That's, well, through the vodka went in.
So the moment the vodka went in, Bill is like, give me. Okay,
Pass it
so
over.
you guys get the treat, which is the fever treat, the tonic.
Yeah.
You guys get the treat,
sir.
Because I don't get to have any.
Ooh, good to see.
I don't get to have any,
Yum.
which is okay because when I'm at home, I always make this. So then what I'll do? Oh, there's some more in here. I'll take that and we'll open a fresh one for these guys.
By the way, what do you call this? What is this? What do you call it?
I don't know.
Clips.
Let's come up with the name for me because this is my signature drink. I don't know anybody that makes this drink other than me. If you do know somebody, then maybe but I don't know anybody that's ever made it. So it's my signature drink. If you would be so kind enough to come up with a name, that would be awesome.
Thanks, sir.
The Podlie Lemon Lime Refreshment.
Okay, so for those of you listening, come up with a name. There's tonic in here. There's lemon
Okay,
in
so
here.
here's-
There's lime in here.
right.
Go ahead. Go.
So there's
You know.
there's soda, there's lemon, there's lime, there's fever tree tonic, which is just like gin and tonic, and there's vodka, and of course there is this beautiful mineral salt.
Yeah.
Tastes much better with the vodka.
So there you go.
No, it's good. I like it without the vodka as well, but
Well,
'cause I am getting that hint of the apple cider.
apple cider,
and
right?
That salt, but like you said, Paul, the salt really adds to it.
Oh, I love that salt.
And I got to find that. That's really good.
Easy. You go to the superstore, you go to the green nutrition blah 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 aisle. You know what's funny is I went looking for it in the aisle with the salt.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I thought Superstore, I checked online and said Superstore had it.
Yeah.
And I said this to the woman there. I said, wait, I checked online. They said they had it. And she goes, oh, what are you looking for? I said, I'm looking for Redmond's real salt. She says, oh, green aisle.
Oh, okay.
So it's even kept separate from the salt.
right,
Yeah.
right.
So,
Jeremy's come up with something there for you, Cliff.
Oh, precipicio.
Precipicio, el precipicio.
So where that comes from, you guys, when I took Spanish lessons, and everybody come up with a name. Everybody, you know, when the instructor, just a wonderful 26-year-old Polish girl, she was amazing. And what happened was, she went around, you know, como te llamas at the beginning of the Spanish class, and you know, one guy stood up and his actual name was George.
Yeah.
Right, so she says Jorge, and it sounds so good. And the other guy stands up, and it's, you know, it's Ricardo, you know, Richard and Ricardo, and all these wonderful names. And then I stand up, I'm like, I'm waiting for my sexy name, right? And I'm like, Cliff, and she goes, I got nothing. So there's no sexy Spanish translation for Cliff. So anyway, fast forward to the end of the 10 weeks, we're all going for beers, and her and I became quite friends. We used to go for coffee all the time and stuff like that. So anyway, we'll go for beers to celebrate, and she comes running across the bar, and she goes, Cleve, because there's part Polish, part Spanish, right?
Yeah.
Cleve, she says, I got it. She says, I got it. El precipicio. It means the precipice, right?
So, there's only one problem with El Precipicio. I like it, by the way, Jeremy. I like it, El Precipicio. The only problem, 3 or 4 of these, I wouldn't be able to pronounce El Precipicio. I'll tell you that. 3 or 4 of these, I can't say El Precipicio.
There we go.
You'll be saying a lot of different things. But Precipicio. Look at what Lori's come up with there for you.
Oh, look, Lori come up with Smith Smirnoff's Triple X Rama Tip Med. What on the hell on earth? Lori, that's fantastic.
And you just said you can't say El Precipicio after 4 or 5.
I'm
Try
not-
saying that after
This drink alone, I'm not going to say Smith Smirnoff Triple X Rheumatiffs Meds.
Okay, that's really good, Lori. I'm going to keep that.
That's the test for cutting off.
That's what that is. Hey, you want one, you got to pronounce it, all right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Hello there, Sue Roberts. How are you?
Sue Roberts.
Yeah.
Look, we're drinking on the podcast, dude. I don't know if you've been here since the beginning, because if people don't comment, we don't know.
You see what happens after we've done this for 178 hours? It causes us to drink on the podcast. Drives us to
Little do
drink.
they know, I started drinking before we started. Little do they know.
Little do they know.
So, salt. Okay. Now, not being the culinary aficionado, I want to know, for the poor
Probably
man
called
like
like one
myself, for the poor man like myself, can you put table salt?
No.
Okay.
Because table salt will
But that's not that expensive.
No, I'm saying, no. What I'm saying is, I'm at home.
Yeah, you don't have.
It's midnight.
No.
I want a nice, refreshing drink.
No.
I've got a lemon
It
in
will
the
not taste
fridge.
like
I got okay.
I promise you will not taste that, Polly. And you know what? You'll put it in and you'll have this feeling, oh, I'm going to have this beautiful drink.
Yeah.
And you'll taste it and you'll be like, what the?
That's what I was going to ask. Is it actually? Is it palatable?
Sorry to interrupt. This is breaking news. Sorry to interrupt. Laura's leaving.
Laura!
She said, "See you next."
I'll see you in an hour.
How are you going to do that
Yeah.
next week, Laura? When we're doing this podcast live
Yeah,
at
Laura.
manual labor, are you going to get up at like what time is it? 8:23 and
Unbelievable.
walk out of the manual labor and see you later?
Right? Right.
Unbelievable.
So Lori says sea salt. Now, like the salt
This
for
is-
me is what makes the drink.
This is his salt. This is sea salt.
Sure. Okay. So the salt for me is what makes the drink. So it has to be specifically
Right.
sea salt or something
this
to that effect, because this makes the drink for
Okay,
me.
but there's two things. You know how they make sea salt? Like just regular run-of-the-mill sea salt. You know how they make sea salt? They evaporate seawater, and what's left is
And
the
what's
salt.
left is the salt. Yeah.
Here's the problem. All our seas are polluted.
Right.
Right.
They're full of microplastics.
Right.
They're full
Right.
of microplastics.
Right.
What happens when the water is evaporated? All that shit is in the salt.
Oh, in there, yeah.
So
Yeah.
the difference with Himalayan salt and this salt, Himalayan salt is beautiful, you guys. I'm not telling you not to have Himalayan salt. It's fantastic. I just prefer local, meaning Northern Hemisphere,
Right.
whatever. So, Polly, what this is, Himalayan salt, and this is the same thing. It's a 3,000 to 6,000 year old sea that dried up, got buried over time, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So now they're mining it. It's 40 meters beneath the surface of the earth.
Well.
Wow.
Yep.
So they're mining it because it's 3,000 and 4,000, 5,000 year old salt when the seabed dried out.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? No pollution.
No pollution.
Yeah.
Yeah. No pollution.
Right? And if in Utah they have proper extracting procedures and regulations,
Yeah.
I know when it comes to my table and I ingest it,
Yeah.
I trust the American system of,
Right.
of government.
Right.
I trust it. So, and Himalayan salt is beautiful. I'm telling you, if you lived there, I would tell you to buy Himalayan salt because it's local.
It's so that salt is it's aesthetically different.
Yes.
It's a lot less coarse. It is a lot more. It's like powder. It's like powder. But you know what it is? It reminds me of icing sugar. Is really what it does.
But
It
it's
totally reminds me of icing sugar.
But
bursting with flavor.
oh, it's so
Oh,
good. It's
Bill, that's
beauty.
what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It just lights up your taste buds,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I can't even recommend it enough. And like I said, they should actually sponsor us because
They should.
I've already shared this. I can show you my text message. I've already shared this with 4 people.
Jeremy says a fresh lemon in the fridge takes more planning than a shelf-stable salt.
True that.
I would agree, Jeremy. I would agree.
Pink Himalayan.
Pink Himalayan's good, Lori. It's really good. That's what I was just saying. It's good. I prefer this at the moment. I like both. Don't get me wrong. If I lived in the Himalayas, I would buy Himalayan salt.
Right. And by the way, I don't know if we mentioned this or not. Maybe we did, and I just missed it. But of course, the vodka is from Hawk Prohibition Distillery right here in Sherwood Park. So you might want to check that out. It's very
Okay.
good.
So do you guys want to dilute? Do you want to add a little more vinegar and salt and dilute? What do you want to do?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do
You have
is
to ask me.
we're just gonna add a little bit,
You're right, Lord.
Boom, chakalaka.
Mother's apple cider.
not much, and then what about me? Don't forget me, Cliff.
Mother's apple cider.
Oh yeah,
Should
and
we have bought another bottle of vodka? I'm just saying.
another time.
Another time. I hope it's quick with that answer.
I'm just saying.
Okay, I hope I didn't put too
By
much
the way,
salt.
this is a 2-hour show tonight because we're drinking.
Listen.
I'm kidding. I'm
So
kidding.
hey, by the way, as you said that,
Thanks,
I'm sorry. This is a good segue. So as I already mentioned, next week, April 22nd, we're at Manual Labor Brewery. We're going to be there live, so come on down. Be our live audience. Join in with us. And I did talk to Manual Labor, and we are going to go from 7:30 p.m. until 9 o'clock. So we're going to go for an hour and a half next
Love it.
Monday.
Love it. Love it. Love
So
it. Thanks, sir.
I did get the go ahead to do that. And by the way, Cliff and I were at the trade fair, as was Paul at the Great Canadian Trade Fair in Sherwood Park. And Cliff and I took a walk yesterday when Cliff was there for his shift over to the gym where Manual Labor was, and had a good chat and some fun with the
Cool.
two, with Katie and Katie and
Kathy with a C
with a C
and Erica with an A and a
with
K.
an A and a K. So Kathy and Erica
And
from Manual Labor. We had a
For
good
the
walk.
record, if you all don't know, which I think you do know, I'm just a person that is an equal opportunity torturer. And what I mean is anybody who comes within my circle of vicinity, I torture them. And as Bill would attest to, I absolutely, completely tortured those 2 women
Yes.
behind the booth.
That's
So,
why they work with a lot of liquor, by the way.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, when we walked up there, and I walked up to the table, the first thing Kathy said is, "Hey, are you guys with that Ravenwood Festival?" I said, "Yes, we are." Now, part of what gave it away is I had my Ravenwood T-shirt on. I was trying to make that a story and make it, wow, they really knew who we were. But I just gave that away. That kind of ruined that whole story. But anyway, we had a great time and joking around with them and having some fun with them. And at the same time, while we were at the Manual Labor booth, 2 ladies from this bookkeeper's booth that were just down from us. I don't know if you saw them there, Paul, but
In the
they're
purple,
all
all
purple. They wore the purple glittery hats.
No.
Oh,
yes, I did. Yes, I did.
And so
Didn't
they
know where they
showed
were.
up at the Manual Labor booth. So, of course, we started talking with them
just tortured them.
as well and got them going about coming out to our music festival, etc. And I went and talked to the lady's boss, and I've sent them a special business ticket package, whatever. But yeah, we got talking to them, and then one lady, they both had quite strong accents.
Yeah.
Those 2 ladies.
Yeah.
And one lady said, "Well, then we come and dance," she says, and she's dancing, and we had a good time at that.
And I went to her booth afterwards, and I took her for a dance now, didn't I?
You did. You went out to the booth.
Grabbed her and took her for a dance. We were dancing in the aisle a little bit and
Yeah.
spun her around and everything else. So she's going to be coming to the Ravenwood Festivals. That's cool. And so good
was good.
fun. Tortured them and
Lori
They
comments.
definitely know who we are now.
They sure do.
Lori comments Mother's apple cider. Lori,
Yeah.
we did comment on Mother's apple cider earlier in the show. So absolutely, yes, thank you for
You have
that.
to have a look at the clock there, Cliff.
Thank you.
Oh wow, 30! Look at that! How fast it
So
went.
ramped up.
How fast
our
it gets when you're
drink here.
ramped up and drinking.
Well, I'm 2 drinks in, so yeah, it goes fast.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the middle of the podcast.
And hey, Lori, she says you guys have way too much fun. So, Lori, are you coming out to manual labor next week?
No, she's 8 hours away, 9 hours away.
Doesn't matter. That's not what I was asking. I wasn't asking how far away she was. I was asking is she coming out?
You know, if you leave now, you only have to do 15K a day.
Okay. Okay.
Come on.
Coming
Checkpoint.
from the guy who says no commitment.
Come on.
Checkpoint and mate goes to Bill.
Jeez.
Okay. Oh man, this drink is so good. Okay, so the signature drink, I think I'm gonna have to go with was that Lori that came up with that, right?
Lori, yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to go with that, Lori, and maybe I'll have to turn it into an acronym, perhaps. There it is.
We'll bring that up again.
Yeah, so Smith, Smirnoff, Triple X, Rheumatiffs, Meds.
The SS Triple XRM.
That's right there.
Polly!
The SS Triple XRM is what it is.
The X-
The SX Triple XRM.
That is definitely, Paul,
That's what this is.
that is definitely going in the book.
That's what this is.
Okay. All right. So kudos to both Lori and to Paul. To Lori for the name, Paul for the acronym. You put it all together, and I think that's just great. From henceforth, that is what this drink is known as.
That is what it will be.
Lori, you may or may not realize, you may or may not be really excited, but despite your excitement at picking your name, no, there are not any royalties.
No, but we'll throw you out some
Just saying.
points which aren't usable. So
Just
let's
saying.
give you 1,500 points.
1,500 points to Lori.
1,500 points. 1,500 points, real fake points, Lori.
Yeah, the
fake
real points that don't mean anything, Lori.
Yeah, not that there's anything wrong with
Not
that.
that there's anything wrong with
They're like air miles points. You know you have them, but you can't spend them on anything.
Yeah. Lori, that comes from a show called Whose Line It Is Anyway? Okay, where they give points and the points don't mean anything.
And Lori says WTF. Does that mean, well, that's funny?
Well, that's funny. That's what that means.
And Sue just keeps laughing. That's her comments. All I see is LOL from Sue.
Best show ever.
That's a good comment, Sue. Sue, that's a good comment.
All right, Sue. I love you. That's awesome. I love it. Okay, so I like this. So a couple of weeks ago, unfortunately, Polly couldn't join us because he was busy. So Bill and I did a cooking show. And now we're not doing a drinking show, but nonetheless, this has been a whole lot of fun.
Yeah. It's kind of like a drinking show.
Kind of like a drinking show.
Yeah.
I keep telling these guys, one day we should do a Podlie podcast show where we get progressively drunk through the show.
I think that should happen. And
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I was just going to say, I realize, I know Leslie Ann is away and probably not able to tune in tonight, but if she were here, I would just say, Leslie Ann, this is how you nurse the drink.
Wait a minute.
I'm hydrating slowly, Leslie Ann, so just watch how I hydrate slowly. I just don't take it like a shot.
Leslie Ann, we'll put the directions on the comments just so that you're able to
You'll
follow.
put it on there.
It's in the fine print.
So Cliff,
if she watches it later.
your bag.
Yeah.
Can I use your bag? Can I have that bag?
This?
No, the bag. Your red bag that you brought.
You want
So
bag?
I love this. I noticed this. Cliff comes in. I love this. This is great. Bill and I are doing our show. Cliff's texting, jumping glasses, fish pools, whatever, right? So then Cliff walks in the door. He's carrying this.
His lunch kit.
He's carrying this first aid kit. Is what it is. It's a first aid kit. Honest to gosh, I got one of these at home. It looks exactly like this, and I got my bandages. I got my band-aids. I got my this. And noticeably, Cliff, this is his first aid kit with him and Leslie Ann. It's got boot vodka. It's got his urine specimen. It's got.
If Leslie Ann and Paul
This
are,
is Cliff's first aid kit right here.
if Leslie Ann and Cliff are on a long bike trip, carry Cliff for Leslie Ann. And
I like your first aid kit a whole hell of a lot better than I like
If he
mine.
looks back on the bike and Leslie Ann, you're looking a little dehydrated.
Yeah.
Pull that first aid kit out of the.
I have to sleep.
I'm telling you, any more of your first aid kit, and I'm going to need my first aid kit. Right?
Oh my goodness.
Lori
Jeez.
says 3 man and vodka. L.A.
What can go wrong?
Oh, that's too funny.
No, but Lori, I've been saying this since the podcast started.
Men.
I think we should have a podcast where the three of us drink. I mean, obviously not too fast, but nonetheless drink. And
Leslie Hand style. We'll be done in the first 10 minutes.
This is why I don't talk very much.
but I think that would be a fun podcast as long as we have a mediator.
Leslie Ann.
No.
No, are you kidding me?
We're going to mediate.
No, Leslie Ann.
Right in there with us.
She
That's
uses
why it's going to be a really good night if we have
she uses straight whiskey to hydrate.
She's going to be a mediator.
It's going to be a really good night with Leslie Ann.
She's going to be ready. You guys aren't drinking fast enough. You know, what do you think this is? I know Leslie Ann's going to watch this later.
Leslie Ann, bring the funnel.
Polly, Leslie Ann, bring the bottle.
On the end of the whiskey bottle.
Bring the funnel.
I know.
How is Leslie Ann was able to watch
Here's
this?
the bad thing. If she watches this later, I'm going to start getting texts. You're fine.
You're gonna start getting
Texts are going to start coming in.
I like that one time we're sitting at home and Leslie Ann pours a drink. I pour a drink for Leslie Ann. Her. And she goes, I think I'll text this to Bill. And so she randomly texts
These texts from Cliff's wife.
She randomly texts Bill and goes, don't worry, Bill, I'm not quenching my thirst with this. It is so funny. She goes, Cliff's gonna have Bill's number. I'm like, sure. And then she texts him.
So I know, Leslie Ann, if you watch this later, I'm expecting that I will get some texts.
You know what I love about this? It's not sweet. It's tart.
It's not, it's tart.
It's tart. It's not sweet. This is not
And Polly,
sweet.
I actually did add a little bit of sweet for you guys with the fever tree, but this I didn't add for me. Right?
No, yeah.
Okay, just hang on. I'm going back to the conversation we had last week. So, is this a girly drink? Or a man drink?
Okay, wait a minute.
Where's my umbrella?
What? But where's Amy? Amy was the one that was torturing us about the
That
girly
wasn't
drink.
tonight. But anyway, we had a
I think this is straight down the middle. Honestly, I do.
Well,
This
not that
This
there's
is
anything
not a
wrong with
girly
that.
drink. This is too damn tart. No. This is not a girly drink.
You
no.
don't think so?
Well, first of all, it's not pink.
First of all, it's not
Color.
pink.
I guess you're right.
It's colorless.
Most
There's no
girly
color
drinks
except for the
sweeter.
lemons.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, this has the tartness to it. So,
Yeah. So maybe,
you're right. It's right down the middle.
So maybe I would say this is in the middle. I would say it's.
It goes both ways.
I would say it's confused.
It goes both ways.
There's anything wrong with that. We're an equal opportunity podcast right
Really
here.
making me
Okay?
thirsty.
These pretzels are making me thirsty.
We like all the colors here, okay?
Oh my
Jeez.
God. Hi,
Holy-
Andrea. How are you?
Holy cow. Hey, salt, and you know what I find another comment? Salt, usually when you have salt, you get thirsty. You really get thirsty a lot if you have a lot of salt and this, that, and the other thing. What's interesting about this is by virtue of the fact that it is a drink and there is salt in it,
Oh, it's fantastic.
it's so great. Like it still really quenches your thirst.
So,
Polly, it's so refreshing.
Yeah, it's like
Andrea,
wild,
Andrea
wild.
just got here. She says, just got here. What is the topic? Well,
You missed all the fun, Andrea.
That was a drink and a half ago, Andrea. Come on. That was a drink and a half
if
ago.
we had a way to go backwards and show this to you again, you'll have to watch it from the beginning,
So-
Andrea. We did actually have a topic, but we've gotten off because Cliff came up with this great idea to do this drink mix.
Cliff
for us
needed
tonight.
fish bowls. That's the topic. Cliff's fish bowls.
Yeah,
Very good. Very, very good.
yeah. No, it is. It's very good as well. And
Yeah, so the girly drinks part, I mean, Amy, I don't think you're on right now, but here's because of all the girly drink fun that you talked to us about last week, that's what brought this up. We don't know if this is a girly drink. We think the drink is confused. It's right down the middle. So anyway, but here's cheers to you.
Cheers, boys.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers, everybody.
yeah, I think I do have to probably say I do agree with Paul. I wouldn't maybe I do agree. It's probably both ways. Probably leaning a little bit more toward
Little
the
bit to
man
man's side, right?
Just because of the tartness to it.
Yeah.
Damn it, I'm
I
empty.
don't mind at all.
Oh, that's good.
That's freaking great, man. Right. I wasn't
So
kidding,
good.
right? So every time I've told you guys about this drink, I've been babbling about it, and it's so good.
So it's an acquired taste. I'll tell you right now.
Oh, yeah.
It is an acquired
Oh, yeah.
taste. This is absolutely an acquired
But once
taste.
you taste it,
You're not going to go and you're not going to have,
Once you taste it, you want to acquire more. That's how. It becomes
well, that's how I
acquired.
feel. That's how I feel. Well
It's an
said.
acquired taste.
Well said. It's an
Yeah.
acquired taste. It is very tart. It is very tart. It is very salty. I will say it's very
add the
salty.
salty to it. Yeah.
It's very salty. It's an acquired taste, but I love it. I love it, Cliffy. Oh,
Good.
so
That makes me happy because
So good.
now when we have more podcasts And if I get the urge, hey, tell you what,
Marvin, I think the topic is how Cliff gets hosts drunk.
Marvin.
And this host is very excited about that.
There we go.
Please
Oh.
send recipe in comments.
Lori, I will send it to you, Lori. As a matter of fact, next time I come there, I will make it for you. I will bring the fixins and I will make it for you.
There you go. You get to actually taste it. In
And
person.
Andrea says, I usually don't finish a drink. Jeremy has to finish it for me. Haha. I don't
Andrea?
drink that much. Well, Andrea, firstly, if you don't drink that much, you must be slightly dehydrated, number one. Number two, this drink, you will finish.
Andrea, you are a mother of 2 young children. I'm surprised you're able to finish a drink,
That's
quite
right.
frankly, before you fall asleep.
And actually, Andrea, we are live tonight. Yeah, we are here live.
But
We're
live
not
in
live
person.
at Manual Labor in person next week, April 22nd. Manual Labor Brewery. We will be
Next
there
Monday.
in person.
Next Monday. By the way, next Monday time change, 7:30 next Monday,
We'll be
7:30.
going live at 7:30.
7:30.
Listen, can you guys do me a favor, please? Please do us a favor. Manual Labor has been kind enough to sponsor this podcast. And I would love, because we're going to go over there and do it live, 7:30. We've got some people said they're coming, etc., etc., etc. If you can make it, please come out. It would be lovely to see you, number one. Number two, I know people with young children like Andrea and Jeremy might have troubles with that, but if you cannot come, would you please just share this information so that anybody who happens to be able to come, they can come say hi and come see the podcast and support a local brewery in the meantime.
Yeah.
And play some pinball and chat with us a little bit and meet us.
And again, as Cliff has just said, Manual Labor is opening up their space for us to be able to do this live in their space. They're bringing in, one of their staff members to tend the bar and sell some beer to you so you can taste it and check it all out. So, the more people we can get there to come see us live, the better. So bring friends, bring people who maybe have not even watched our podcast.
Yeah, that's right.
Bring them out.
And you go out, you guys have drinks anyways on a Friday night, Saturday night. Why don't you actually go out, have drinks with your friends and have a show? Like take in the show for an hour and a half. By the way, it's 7:30 to 9. We're doing an hour and a half show.
And you can actually see us in person and know that this is not scripted.
Yeah.
You will see that there are no papers hidden anywhere here. There are no
Bill.
cue cards.
Bill, given this podcast, particularly this episode, I'm sure nobody has any trouble believing that is not scripted.
What? No.
Some of them are probably saying, please, script the damn
Script
thing.
the damn thing. Script it. Get some writers on the damn show, would you? So 7:30 till 9 tomorrow. Now, Cliff, sorry, Bill, I don't know this. Are we able to stay after 9 o'clock?
I don't know. We would have to.
Well, I
ask.
think most people want to be wrapping it up by then. anyway.
Yeah, I think we'll be.
I don't know.
wrapping
So
up
we'll
by then.
yeah.
But if
Yeah,
you
so
come,
the show ends at 9, guys. We'll, salutations and a couple of how you doings and
Exactly.
We'll probably be there, ourselves for setup.
A little
prior to
early,
that.
yeah.
And I'm assuming people could start arriving
7.
maybe 7-ish, 7:10,
Order-
somewhere in there.
Oh, yeah.
Get in there, order yourself a drink, and sit down and relax. And I'm hoping, like I said, Laura and stuff will be able to stick out the whole thing, and then Nicole and all you guys, Marvin, all bring your friends. Bring.
And
extra
William
people.
Kirkland, where are you? Show up, buddy.
Yeah, he's not here tonight. Neither is Nicole. So hopefully they will. They said they were going to be out there, and let's see if we can fill the space. It's not a big space.
It's not a
so
big space,
Let's see if we can get 25 people in there. And
So if you guys could do us a favor, please use your social media to share it on them and say, hey, listen to the great podcast. Even if you don't believe that, it's a great podcast. And, three fun people are there. Go meet them. Love to meet you guys. And maybe people who don't normally comment but listen anyway, come to Manual Labor. Come say hi. And it would be just really kind of awesome to see all you guys.
And the tagline should be, let's get 3 drunk podcasters and see what happens.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
That should be the tagline.
And Andrea says, I do drink a lot of water, so I don't get dehydrated. Constantly drinking water at work. Well, that's good, Andrea. That's actually the proper way to hydrate.
Yeah.
Other than the other way to.
Actually, though, if truth be told, right now, people are drinking too much water.
Mm-hmm.
How's that for against
Okay, but explain
against
though.
the mainstream?
Okay, but explain though. People are drinking too much water.
Paulie, you're old enough to remember the '80s. Other
Yes.
than in the gym, did you see anybody ever carrying water
No, I
bottles?
hate water. No, and carrying water bottles. No.
Never.
No.
I mean, in the gym, they'd carry a bottle of water or some Gatorade or something. Other than that, now everybody everywhere has a bottle of water with them.
True that.
Okay, you know what's happening? People are drinking so much water, they're depleting the mineral content and the sodium content,
It's
and
flushing themselves out.
well, yeah, and their potassium content and all the micro elements. Because why? We're not drinking beautiful water from the earth, are we? We're drinking bottled water. What is bottled water? Bottled water is nutrition-free water. There are no parts per million of any minerals. Right? So I drink bottled water. I drink bottled water out of a like that reverse osmosis stuff. And that's nutrition-free water. But that's why I'm always worried about putting back some minerals into the body.
Right.
Right? And that's why I did the research on the salt. I wanted a good salt. And I'm so happy to have found this. It just blows my mind how brilliant it is. So, and that's why I share. I wish, like I said, they should sponsor this.
You know, not that it matters either way, but I was watching I love this program. I can't remember what the heck it used to be. It was on the travel, I think it was on the Travel Channel, if memory serves. It's about 10, 15 years ago. A couple of Canadian guys, ultra marathon runners. So 110, 150 kilometers would be nothing to them. Unbelievable. Canadian guys. And they did, if memory serves, about 10 years ago, they did an ultra marathon on every continent. They did Iceland. Anyway, in one episode, I think it was an 8-episode thing. In one episode, one of the ultra marathon runners that was not was not the main subject of the thing. She drank too much water.
Right.
And she landed herself not only in hospital, but almost dead.
Yes.
She had almost died.
And
I remember that. And that was a real eye-opener for me, quite frankly.
Paulie, people are drinking too much water nowadays. And you know what? Believe it or not, here's the funny part. People are saying, don't have too much salt. Cut back on your salt intake. And they're saying, drink tons of water. And they're saying, go to the gym and sweat. What happens when you sweat? Why is sweat salty?
Sweat is salty because salt is in the bottom and it leaves.
So now you're going to the gym, you're sweating, you're drinking way more water than before, and you're cutting back on your salt in your diet.
That's true.
Because fast food, if you eat fast food and it tastes salty, that's not sodium. You know what that is? MSG, monosodium glutamate.
Yeah.
That's not sodium. This has lower levels of sodium in it. So you can use more for flavor, and it has all the minerals in there.
So again, Sue.
Okay, wait a minute. No. Shh. Sue, you have to go back and watch the beginning of the... No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding, Sue.
And William's here finally.
William, hey, buddy. So Sue, what I normally tell people is, it's about time you got here.
Take notes next time, Sue.
And by the way, William, in case you just missed this, we're hoping that you and Nicole and everybody else will be showing up next Monday night.
To Manual Labor.
Manual Labor Brewery.
Make a plan for it.
Look up the address.
I'll see if I can find it, actually.
Yeah, it's a little twisty-turny to find, but once you get there...
It's quite easy once you get there.
Once you get there, you're in, and you come right upstairs, and you'll be joining us upstairs there for sure. And Sue says, so, with this, name that salt. LOL.
Yeah. Okay, so Sue, it's called Redmond Real Salt. So it's called Redmond Real Salt, mined right in Utah. And you can get it at Superstore. If you go to the green aisle, so if you go to Superstore and go to look in the aisle where all the salt is, it won't be there. It's in the what do you call
The
natural
food area.
aisle. The green signs.
Yeah.
So go there and look, and you'll find it. And I can even post a picture on the Podlie Podcast Facebook page for you guys.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not being sponsored for this. I'm going to call them and tell them they got to bloody
They better sponsor, yeah.
because I bet you I've messaged 4 people already with this salt, and one of them I threatened that you have to have this salt or else I'm going to come and hurt you, because she needs this salt. Yeah. So, but yeah, they don't sponsor me, too bad. So yeah.
And William says, Nicole says no MSG, and we will be there next week.
Oh yeah, booyah, awesome.
And you have
Manual Labor Brewery, number 510. 280 Portage Close.
There you go. So, Paulie,
Strathcona County,
if
number
you'd be kind enough
510 280 Portage Close.
Paulie,
yes.
if you'd be kind enough just to post that on the Facebook page, that'd be awesome.
Can do.
Yeah. William says you'll also find Bragg's soy sauce that's gluten-free.
That same aisle. Yes,
absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely, William. I'm a big fan of soy sauce. I love soy sauce, especially the way with my cooking. It's a thing of beauty. So I'm always looking for good soy sauces. I used to buy Bragg's vinegar, apple cider vinegar. I don't anymore, or I don't want to anymore. I'm looking for a different one because it's actually watered down. And on top of that, Billy Gates took it over and he's screwing with the apples.
Billy Gates.
He's screwing with the apples and doing all kinds of garbage with them. The man is senile. I don't know why people listen to this dude.
Right.
But anyway, so I'm looking for a different one. It's only available in the States. It's called Fairchild's. And I'm hoping to get a supplier sometime soon that'll send us some from the States. So
Nice.
hopefully.
Sue says she can't make it next week. She has a webinar to attend.
Lori, I mean, it's unbelievable. Where is your commitment and dedication? That's what I would like to know.
Yeah.
Sue, that's awesome. Come when you can. We always like people show
I
up
guess
when they can.
What we could say, Sue, is bring your device and watch your webinar.
Exactly.
at
I'm
Manual
almost got
Labor.
it.
Yes.
You almost got it?
Almost got it on the Facebook
On-
page, guys.
On the Facebook page, you almost got it on the Facebook page. No, yes. Rather, yes.
He's working on it.
Okay. Well, you don't have to do it during the podcast. You can do it after the podcast.
No, because I won't remember it. I'm going out after. I'm going to sing.
Yes. And she said she has, well, you have to do all the talking in the webinar. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I guess then, Sue, we can allow it this time for you not to be attending. So it would be a little annoying if we're trying to do our podcast and Sue is sitting there talking the whole time.
I know it'd be a little bit, right? Okay, I wish I had more
There,
than a
got it.
drink.
Yeah. All done. Apparently it's posted to the Podlie podcast page for the address for Manual Labor Brewery, so we can see those of you that can attend, which we hope will be 85%.
Right.
You
And
can look for a number there.
I will post the name of the salt.
Yeah,
I will
love
post the name of the salt.
it. Love it.
Well, we never got to our topic.
We didn't get to our topic, and there's only 7 minutes left, or a little bit less, so
Right.
we'll leave it at that.
I don't think we can discuss that topic in 7 minutes.
No, that's not going to happen.
I don't even think we could introduce it in 7 minutes.
No, that won't happen either. So, but yeah, again, like Cliff said, tell all your friends, share it, post it. We're going to be there, and you can come see us do the show live.
How many different kind of salts do you use?
2.
Just 2 different kind of salts
Yeah.
in cooking and,
So this one,
and
pink
stuff
and
like that.
this.
pink and that.
Yeah, because I like Himalayan salt. Like I'm not dissing Himalayan salt. It's beautiful. Very similar to this. I just like the flavor in this.
I agree. It's
I like flavor.
that's another thing. It's extremely flavorful. That
Yeah.
salt, extremely flavorful.
Sue, you say you're doing a webinar and you have to do all the talking. I'd be curious to know what webinar are you giving.
Yeah.
So do tell. Number 1, Jeremy, you're back. It's about time, dude.
Yeah. Had to go shopping.
That
quick.
was a really fast
Did
shopping
you go buy some
trip,
salt, Jeremy? You went and bought some of the salt
Diapers and pablum.
And vodka.
and
Been
vodka.
there. And vodka for the
And he went and
adults.
got a lime and a lemon, and he's right now quickly trying to make this drink.
He's trying to find a coconut. Because you put the lime in the coconut and drink it all up.
Yeah. So, and hey, I guess we'll throw out one more thing to talk about, I guess. And the fact is that the Ravenhill Music Festival is coming up July 12th and 13th in Sherwood Park. Get your tickets now.
Hey, couple of great nights of music. Royal Foundry on Friday night is gonna just freaking rock the place.
Yep.
And Stephen Page of
Formerly of the Bare Naked Ladies.
formerly of the Bare Naked Ladies, currently with the Stephen Page Trio. He's gonna rock the place for a couple hours. And there's a fine gentleman named Ken Stead, a local boy here in Sherwood Park. He's fantastic, acoustic guitar player and singer and songwriter. He's opening for Stephen Page, so it should be really fantastic. If anybody can show up at this festival, you want to be there. It's going to be a great summer
It's
festival.
going to be fun. William says, oh, sorry, this is Nicole. So Nicole's using William's account. I love using Epicure's SPG, salt, pepper, garlic.
Oh, cool. So what kind of salt is that then,
Yeah.
Nicole?
Yeah.
I'd be curious to know.
Salt, pepper, garlic.
Because salt,
SPG,
pepper, garlic,
pepper,
so
garlic.
you know, these are a few of my favorite things.
Things, right?
And
Yeah.
apparently Jeremy went and got apples, muffins, and milk. So really nothing to make this drink with.
Apples, muffins, and milk. That's quite the combination there, Jeremy.
Yeah. You putting an apple on your muffin and having a glass of milk, or what's happening there?
Well,
All right.
I tell you, the milk sounds good, but not as good as the drink we just had.
Definitely not.
That tonic water was really good too.
I know,
actually.
right?
That tonic water is really good. Like it's not Schweppes.
Fever Tree is the thing of beauty.
Yeah, it's not Schweppes. It's very different.
Schweppes
Yeah.
does not taste anything like Fever Tree.
That's why
Yeah.
that's why I commented, because it's very different. Yeah, it's very different.
Fever Tree is and the quinine in here is very good.
Yeah.
A couple of these a week, 3 or 4 of these a week.
Yeah.
it's got a beautiful quinine content, a high content of quinine. It's beautiful.
Nice.
It's very good for the body.
Yeah, it's all around really good, you guys.
I feel like quoting Flintstones when Hitchcock was on the Flintstone. He says it's for Agatha's body. Yes, it's for Agatha's body. Well, this is very good for Cliff's body.
It's interesting because, I'm commenting on the salt, and I'm commenting on it's because none of that stuff I regularly drink or consume except the vodka. So quite frankly, that's why I'm so blown away by salt and tonic water, right?
And again, Nicole, using William's account, says
Yeah.
Epicure sources its sea salt, so it's a pure sea salt.
But from where though, Nicole? I'm kind of curious from where.
Yeah,
they're
which
sourcing
sea?
the
What
sea
beach?
salt.
Yeah.
Because sea salt nowadays, I don't know if you were here for the original conversation, but sea salt, if you just source sea salt from the current sea, how do you make sea salt? You actually evaporate the sea water and then you're left with sea salt. But guess what? Our seas are currently polluted terribly, and they have microplastics and everything else. So when they evaporate the water and use that salt, that has all the microplastics and everything else in it and higher levels of toxins. So it depends what sea salt. Now, having said all of that, I'm pretty confident Epicure's sea salt is good, and they know where to source it from. But I'm just curious as to know where they source it from, if you don't mind.
Yeah. And Andrea says that Jeremy was shopping for the
All
kids.
for the kids,
So the
eh?
muffins and the apples.
Okay, but it doesn't have to be the kids. I like muffins. I like
I
apples.
don't mind muffins and apples.
I mean, I'm not a
once
big
in while.
milk fan.
Neither am I. I don't drink a lot of milk.
But the apples and muffins would be good.
Yeah. What kind of muffins, Jeremy?
You don't drink a lot of milk, eh, guys?
No,
not-
Oh, I do. I drink
don't
milk
drink-
constantly.
I can't.
Constantly.
I don't drink
Love
much
it. I
milk.
love it.
No.
The only thing I have is I have some table cream, which is 35% table cream. I like doing strawberries. I came to strawberries very late in life. I didn't like them. And now I cut up strawberries and put milk on there.
Delicious.
Nice.
Amazing.
Sorry,
I know, right?
Sorry, breaking news. Apparently the Oilers are winning 8-1 over San Jose.
8-1.
8-1.
Unbelievable.
Amy's here. Hi, Amy.
Hi, Abe.
8-1. Nice.
And yeah, thank you. The special drink that Cliff has done for us tonight is
You know,
very, very good.
Amy, you know what? You got a really good idea. We should have a special drink of the evening every
I
evening.
kind of like that idea.
I think, Amy, that's
Well,
brilliant, Amy.
We had a special drink, and if you go back, if you didn't catch the podcast, I would love it if you go back and watch the podcast from the beginning, because we actually made the drink, we yapped a lot about it, and then we drank a lot of it, and then we yapped some more about it. So it's kind of fun, actually.
Just a comment from parents to a parent, Jeremy, our kids are milk fiends. You know, I'm a milk fiend as well. Still to this day, Jeremy, I go through 4 liters in maybe 3 days.
I come. Rumba.
And yet my kids, Jeremy, so a little bit older than your kids, but 11, 11, and 10, they don't necessarily like milk all that much. So
There you go.
And it's one of my favorite drinks. So
Yeah, I
weird.
can't.
Weird.
I can't do it.
We got to wrap this up.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. Your engagement and your fun and your conversation and your laughter, Lori and Susie and everybody else, your laughter at this episode obviously made it much more entertaining and fun. Making these drinks was fun. Drinking them was even more fun. And sharing it with my 2 friends over here, that, of course, is the pièce de résistance of anything that we do in life. So I appreciate you being here. Appreciate all the comments. And if for some reason you missed this, Bill.
You can tune in right on YouTube, rewatch it there with all the comments. Same thing on Facebook. You can rewatch it there on Facebook. Or if you don't have time, you can also tune into just the audio side of things on Sound Sugar Radio on Friday nights at 10 p.m. And again, lastly, as we said, and William or Nicole is saying, we're saying have a great weekend, boys. We'll see you next week at Manual Labor. Definitely, we will see you there as well.
Please share this.
7:30 next week. So we're here next week, guys. Like we are broadcasting next week. But come
see us
come
live
personally.
in person.
7:30 to 9 Manual Labor. I did post the address to Manual Labor. My gosh! So if by chance, of course, you have kids and you still want to
It's still broadcast live.
Still broadcast live, guys. 7:30.
But if you can
9.
come, please share this podcast. That way, maybe some other people will find it. It was a good, fun podcast tonight.
Yep.
Alrighty, everybody.
Alcohol kind of helps.
We'll see you live and in person, Manual Labor Brewery, next week with episode 179.
And most importantly, stay happy.